Have you ever looked at your paycheck and thought, is this enough? You work hard, you pay your bills, but something feels off. You might be wondering if you're falling behind everyone else your age.
You're not alone in feeling this way. A major survey found that 53% of U.S. adults feel behind where they expected to be financially, and 28% say they are falling far behind. That's more than half of all American adults. So if financial anxiety is something you feel, it is completely normal. The real question is, what does normal actually look like for your age? Today, we're going to look at the real data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics to find out exactly how much the average American earns at every stage of life. Let's find out where you stand. This is your financial reality check. No shame, no judgment, just the real numbers so you can see exactly where you are and what moves you can make. Stick around, this might just change how you see your paycheck. Income in America follows a very predictable pattern. It rises as you get older, peaks in middle age, and then gradually declines. But the specific numbers at each stage, that's what most people never bother to look up. We're pulling from the Bureau of Labor Statistics' most recent earnings data, Q3 of 2025. These are median salaries, which means they're not skewed by billionaires or minimum wage workers. This is the real middle ground. Here's the big picture in one chart. 7 age groups, 7 salary levels. Today, we're going through every single one of them, and by the end, you'll know exactly where you stand and what to do about it. Let's start at the very beginning of the working life, ages 16 to 19. This is the era of summer jobs, part-time retail gigs, and first paychecks. Most workers here are still in high school or just entering the workforce. According to BLS data, workers aged 16 to 19 earn a median salary of $622 per week. That's about $32,344 a year. This is mostly part-time and entry-level work, so don't be alarmed if this is you and the number feels small. The real takeaway for this age group, even if the paycheck is tiny, this is the perfect time to start a savings habit. A few dollars into a piggy bank, or better, a savings account, can build a powerful foundation for what's ahead. Now we enter the 20 to 24 age group, the fresh out of college years. Some are jumping into their first real jobs, others are still figuring out what they want to do. Either way, the paychecks are starting to climb. Workers aged 20 to 24 earn a median salary of $796 per week. That's $41,392 per year. If you're in this group and earning around $40,000, you are right in the median. If you're above it, you're ahead of the curve. This is also when many financially smart people start contributing to their 401k, even a small amount. Because of compound interest, starting at 22 instead of 32 can mean tens of thousands more dollars by retirement. Time is literally money here. Your 20s present a fork in the road. Spend your raises or save them. The ones who automate even 10% of their early paychecks into savings tend to win big later. The habit matters more than the amount right now. The key message for your early 20s, your income will grow fast in the next decade, but only if you stay invested in your career and your savings. Think of your 20s as the launch pad. Every choice you make now amplifies later. Now we enter the decade that really starts to matter, your mid-20s to mid-30s. This is when your career experience starts to compound. You know your field, you've survived the entry-level grind, and now the promotions start coming. Workers aged 25 to 34 earn a median salary of $1,150 per week. That's $59,800 per year. That's a massive jump from the early 20s. If you're 28 and earning $60,000, you are right at the median. If you're above it, you're ahead of the curve. This decade is also when negotiation starts paying off big time. Research shows that people who negotiate their salary at this stage earn significantly more over their lifetime. If you've never asked for a raise, this is your sign to start. Your 25 to 34 years are also when skill building pays the highest returns. A new certification, a side project, or expanding your network can translate into thousands of extra dollars per year. Invest in yourself like you'd invest in the market. Your 30s are also when life gets more expensive: mortgages, car payments, maybe a family. Managing your growing income wisely here is critical. Lifestyle inflation is the silent killer of financial progress. If you're in your late 20s or early 30s, know this: the best earning years are just ahead. The ramp is real, and you're already on it. Keep your skills sharp, your expenses in check, and your savings automatic, and your peak earning years will reward you. Welcome to the top of the income mountain, ages 35 to 44. According to the BLS, this is the highest earning age bracket in America. If you're in this group, congratulations! Statistically speaking, you've made it to your peak earning years. Workers aged 35 to 44 earn a median salary of $1,385 per week. That's $72,020 per year. This is the highest median of any age group in the entire dataset. If you're in this bracket and earning near or above this number, you are doing well. This is the decade of leadership. You have enough experience to be taken seriously, enough energy to take on big responsibilities, and enough market value to command top pay. Your career capital is at an all-time high. This is also your prime savings window. Your income is at its highest, your skills are valued most, and you likely have fewer financial unknowns than you did in your 20s. Maxing out retirement contributions during this decade can be a game changer. In 2025, the 401k contribution limit was $23,500 per year. If your peak earning decade allows you to max this out, even for just 5 years, the compound growth can add hundreds of thousands to your retirement. This window matters more than any other. If you're in your 35 to 44 bracket and earning $100,000 or more, you're in roughly the top 30% of earners in your peer group. That's 6 figures, and it means you have real flexibility to build wealth aggressively right now. If you're in your 30s and not yet at median, don't panic. The ramp to peak earnings is still ahead of you. Focus on 1 or 2 career moves, skill upgrades, or a job change this decade. The income jump can be dramatic and fast. Now we're into the 45 to 54 age group, the stability phase. This is when most workers are approaching the top of their career ladder. The raises aren't as dramatic, but the income is solid and consistent.
Workers aged 45 to 54 earn a median of $1,377 per week. That's $71,604 annually. That's actually only slightly below the 35 to 44 peak. For most people, income is now stable but not dramatically growing. Welcome to the plateau. Your 40s are less about climbing and more about building. By now, you likely have real financial assets, home equity, retirement accounts growing in the background, and hopefully fewer financial emergencies. This decade is about protecting what you've built. If you're in this age group and earning below the median, there is still meaningful time to catch up. Aggressive expense cutting and debt elimination in your late 40s can shift your financial picture dramatically before retirement approaches. Your 40s are also when financial complexity peaks: health costs, college planning, aging parents, insurance. This is why having a budget system is not optional at this stage. The stakes are higher and so are the expenses. Here's a critical insight. High earners and wealthy people are not the same group. Some of the wealthiest Americans in their 40s aren't the highest earners, they're the highest savers. Wealth is built in the gap between what you earn and what you spend. The bottom line for your 40s, it's not too late to catch up, and it's not too early to coast. This decade rewards intentional financial planning more than almost any other. Get your financial plan documented. It changes everything. Now we reach the 55 to 64 age group, what many researchers call the transition phase. Incomes begin to soften, retirement planning becomes urgent, and the question shifts from how much can I earn to how long can my money last. Workers aged 55 to 64 earn a median of $1,322 per week, or $68,744 annually. That's a noticeable dip from the peak, but it's still a strong income. The challenge is that many workers in this group are starting to phase out of full-time work. About 52% of retirees reported leaving work earlier than expected, most often due to health issues. So if you're in your 50s and still working full-time, your income is likely above what most of your peers are actually bringing in.
This is also the decade when your income mix starts to shift. Salary is still coming in, but Social Security becomes available at 62, and investment income starts supplementing your paycheck. The financial dashboard gets more complex and more powerful. Your 50s are prime time for a professional financial review. A certified financial planner can help you model exactly how long your money will last at different retirement ages, and whether you should delay Social Security to maximize lifetime benefits. Retiring at 62 versus 67 can mean a 30% difference in your monthly Social Security check. That decision, made in your late 50s, can impact your financial life for 20 or 30 years. It's worth modeling both scenarios before you choose. Here's the empowering truth. Most American millionaires reach seven-figure net worth in their 50s and 60s, even as their salaries decline. Income peaks first, but wealth peaks last. Your 50s can be the richest decade of your life. And now, the golden years. Workers aged 65 and older who are still in the workforce earn a median of $1,193 per week, about $62,036 a year. This applies specifically to those still working full-time, and there are over 5.8 million of them. For most people at 65, income is no longer just a salary. It's a blend: Social Security, pension payouts, investment withdrawals, and part-time work. Managing this blend efficiently is the retirement income puzzle. The biggest risk at 65 isn't running out of salary, it's running out of savings. With life expectancy pushing 85 and beyond, a 65-year-old may need their money to last 20 or 30 years. That's why the plan you built in your 40s and 50s matters so much. Many 65-plus workers choose to stay partially active, consulting, part-time roles, or passion projects, not just for income, but for purpose and social connection. Studies show staying active in some form often improves health and longevity. Here's the key insight for 65-plus. Your salary line may be falling, but your net worth line doesn't have to. If you've managed your assets well, your wealth can keep growing in retirement through investments, real estate, and compounding. Salary isn't the only score. Whether you're 22 or 72, the most important thing we can learn from this income data is this: your salary is only one piece of the puzzle. How you manage, save, and grow what you earn matters far more over a lifetime. The income data we've been discussing is the median for all genders, but the gender pay gap is real and significant. In the 35 to 44 age group, male workers earn a median of $1,504 per week, while women in the same group earn $1,226. That's an 18% gap.
This gap actually widens during the peak earning years. The reasons are complex: career breaks for caregiving, fewer women in high-paying leadership roles, and structural pay inequities. For women, this gap means lower retirement savings over a lifetime. Location also plays a massive role. The same $70,000 salary in Little Rock, Arkansas, gives you far more purchasing power than it does in Los Angeles or New York City. Regional cost of living can shift your real salary by 20% or more. Education is a massive income multiplier. BLS data shows workers with a bachelor's degree earned $1,747 per week, compared to $777 for those without a high school diploma. That's a 125% difference. Education remains one of the highest return investments available. Income in America is shaped by a complex web of factors: your age, your gender, your education, your zip code, and unfortunately your race too. Recognizing these factors is the first step to strategically improving your own position within this system. You can't control your starting point. You can't rewind your age, but you can control your next move: the skill you develop, the salary you negotiate, the savings you automate. The data shows the path. Your choice is to find how far you go on it. Now let's talk about what you can actually do with this information. Whether you're above or below the median for your age, these 5 strategies can help you maximize your income and grow your financial health. Number 1, build a budget. It sounds boring, but it's transformative. When you see where every dollar goes, you find invisible money you didn't know you had. Apps, spreadsheets, even pen and paper. Just pick a method and start this week. Number 2, destroy high-interest debt. Any debt above 7% interest rate is stealing from your future self. Credit cards, personal loans, these need to be priority targets. Every dollar of high-interest debt you pay off is a guaranteed return on your money. Number 3,
Automate your savings. Set it and forget it. Transfer a fixed percentage to savings the moment your paycheck lands, before you have a chance to spend it. Automation removes willpower from the equation, and it's the secret weapon of consistent savers. Number 4, invest in your own skills. A new certification, a course, a professional credential, these can translate directly into thousands of dollars of additional income. The ROI on skill building often outperforms the stock market. Number 5, max out your retirement accounts. 401k, Roth IRA, SEP IRA, use every tax-advantaged dollar available to you. The government is literally giving you a discount on your retirement savings through these programs. Don't leave free money on the table. Bonus tip, park your emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. At current rates, your savings can earn 4 to 5% annually just sitting there. That's free money for doing essentially nothing. Don't leave your cash sitting in a 0.01% regular account. One of the highest ROI actions you can take right now, negotiate your salary. Studies show that people who negotiate earn an average of $5,000 to $10,000 more per year. Compounded over a decade, that gap can mean over $100,000 in lifetime earnings. And don't overlook additional income streams. Even $500 a month from freelancing, content creation, tutoring, or renting assets adds up to $6,000 a year. Diversifying your income reduces risk and accelerates your wealth building significantly. Let's take one final look at the big picture. From $32,344 in your teens to $72,020 at peak, and then gradually tapering down. This is the American income life cycle. Now you know exactly where you are and what that means. Comparing yourself to national medians can feel scary, but here's the thing. These numbers are averages across millions of people with different jobs, cities, and life choices. They're a reference point, not a verdict on your worth or your future. Every data point we shared today has one underlying message. Your financial future is shaped far more by your decisions than by your starting point. Skills, savings, negotiation, planning, these are all within your control at any age. The most powerful thing you can do right now is take one action, just one. Open that savings account, schedule that negotiation conversation, start that course. The data shows you the landscape. Now it's time to start walking. If this video helped you see your financial situation more clearly, do someone a favor and share it. There's someone in your life right now feeling stressed about money, and this information could genuinely change how they see their options. Thanks for spending these 10 minutes with me. Remember, knowing where you stand is the very first step to getting where you want to go. You now have the data, the context, and the strategies. The rest is up to you. See you in the next one. Let's keep building.